So today we are feeding horses. We're talking about feeding horses. I'm feeding horses. Sorry, my throat's a little scratchy. So, horses need hay. They prefer grass. They'll eat alfalfa. It's actually a really good protein source if you have an older horse. It actually works really well for them. My horses just get regular prairie hay. They are fairly easy keepers in that regard, so it doesn't really take a whole lot. I feed just straight oats. Horses. Not a whole lot. Like I said, mine are all fairly easy keepers. If you have a harder keeping horse, soaked beet pulp is a good option for them. Helps to put the weight back on them. We've done soaked corn in the past. It can be too much energy for them. All of mine, I've got, was she a 10 years old? A 10-year-old pony now. I think she's 10. And, let's see, 13-year-old, smaller Arab, and a 23-year-old half Arab, and then 18 quarter horse. Very large quarter horse. So the thing with horses, as they get older, ponies, they're technically a senior horse. Horses can live to be 30 or so. We talked about that in an earlier blog. But yeah, so we're just going to kind of tag along as I feed horses today. Everybody gets some oats. The pony and the Arab really don't need them. Honestly, they don't need them at all. But I give it to them basically because I need something to deliver their supplements and keep them out of everybody else's bucket. So they only get like a cup. It's not much at all, but it's enough to deliver their vitamin mineral supplement. We're into spring, summertime, so they're getting a little bit of garlic, helps with the flies, and they're getting diatomaceous earth, kind of as a dewormer. I did it last year on the dogs, and cats seem to work really good. I'm trying it on the horses. I don't know if I can get a strong enough dose through them to actually work. So we're trying it. It's not going to hurt them. So yeah, that's feeding here. So this is what it kind of looks like all mixed up. This is the oldest horses. He's in a bigger bucket simply because if I do need to give him alfalfa in the wintertime, I can set the alfalfa flake in there and the other horses stay out of it and don't try and steal it from him. This is the Arabs. You can see there's not a whole lot of oats there, but you still got your powders. I promise that's diatomaceous earth, not cocaine. This is the quarter horses. Again, he has the same amount of oats as the oldest horse. And actually, sorry, this is the Arabs. That's the ponies. The pony tends to be a bit more picky on her feed. She's also the newest member of the herd, and what she doesn't eat, the chickens come clean up. So, okay, so everybody horse-wise is fed. We pitch our hay off of a big ground bale into 2 big tire feeders. We do this for a couple reasons. It minimizes their waste. What's left in the bottom is usually really stimmy sticks like hay. I can then take that, use it for mulch, or use it for bedding in one of the barns. I've done both, depending on what I need. I've also used it in the nesting boxes. You can get what's called, I think it's a hay chick, like big round bale hay net. I've had a couple friends who use it. It works really good. They don't waste as much. We have the issue of my oldest horse, Mojo, right there, has what's called hees. It's basically an allergic reaction to hay. Not hay, the mold in the hay. Sorry. For a while we had to actually soak the hay to get rid of any spores. He's come a very long ways. So as long as we keep mold out of the hay, so we have to be very careful, he does fine. We don't feed round bale of alfalfa. because alfalfa tends to be moldy, a lot moldier. However, prairie hay seems to be fine. Every now and then I get a bale that's just, for some reason, got baled too wet. Maybe it has too many weeds in it. And I will actually send that back to our feedlot. And the cows, it's ground up into the cow's ration and they eat it. So it doesn't go to waste. But I will not feed it to the horses because he will start to have an asthma attack, basically. And an asthma attack in a 1,300 pound animal is not a fun thing to deal with. So, this is everybody kind of eating. I'll walk down the fence here for you. You can feed everybody if you have everybody in the same age, size, age range, I guess, where they don't have different feed needs. You could feed them all in one bunk. I know people who've done it, had great success. It works fine. Keep in mind your alpha horse is going to get the most. That's just the way it is. Mojo is the first one out of all of them. He gets his pick of the hay, and he's good about letting everybody else eat. But I feed mine in buckets because I have so many different sizes. You'll see here, like, that's the pony. Here's the next one. There's totally different ranges. I've also trained mine. They each have their spot. They know where it is. They also know that they're not allowed to go eat out of anybody else's bucket unless they have left voluntarily. So this is a pony spot. As you can see, she's done. The chickens are cleaning up, and the turkey. When they get done, I just make sure there's hay here. That usually keeps these two entertained. Like I said, these two have the least amount of feed because they don't need it. Like, they would be fine on prairie hay. That's his bucket. There's usually scraps left in it. And Mojo's much better about cleaning up his entire bucket. But again, when he's done, he'll come over here. Pepper honestly takes the longest to get it through his head that he's not supposed to go try and steal Mojo's grain when he's done. So yeah, that is my daily feeding and feeding tips for the horses. Shoot me your questions, drop them in the comments below, and I will try and answer them.